Good morning, everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. Today, we'll be exploring the topic of comprehension of unseen passage. We'll cover what it means, why it's important, and some effective strategies to improve your skills. So, let's dive in and discover how to better understand passages we've never seen before. All right, let's talk about the purpose of comprehension. Essentially, comprehension is about understanding what we read. It's the foundation for learning and effective communication. When we focus on comprehension, we're not just skimming the surface, we're digging deeper to grasp the meaning behind the words. This helps us answer questions accurately and engage more fully with the material. Remember, understanding the purpose behind comprehension guides us to develop better reading strategies and ultimately become more confident learners. So, keeping the goal of truly understanding the material in mind is key as we move forward in improving our reading skills. Let's start by understanding what comprehension really means. Comprehend equals understand. When we talk about comprehension of a passage, we're referring to the ability to grasp what the writer is trying to communicate. It's not just about reading the words on the page, but truly understanding the message behind them. This skill is crucial because it helps us connect with the text on a deeper level, making reading more meaningful and effective. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore how developing strong comprehension skills can improve overall learning and communication. So, keep this idea in mind as we move forward. Comprehension is about understanding the writer's intent and message. Let's talk about the purpose of this activity. The main goal here is to assess how well students understand the material and how effectively they can grasp the concepts presented. It's not just about reading the words on the page, but truly comprehending what they've read. That's why students are encouraged to read carefully and thoughtfully before attempting to answer the questions. It's important that they have a complete understanding of the passage, really internalize what it says, so that their answers reflect their true comprehension. This process helps develop both their reading skills and critical thinking. By focusing on understanding first, students can better engage with the questions and demonstrate their learning. This approach ties into our overall theme of fostering deep learning and ensuring that students not only memorize information, but truly understand it. Now, let's discuss some important do's and don'ts to keep in mind. First, do not use outside knowledge when selecting or formulating your answer. It's crucial that we base everything strictly on the information provided in the passage. Second, always answer only from what is in the passage, meaning, stick to the facts and details given. And third, if an answer cannot be supported by what's written or implied in the passage, then it should be eliminated. These guidelines help us stay accurate and focused, ensuring our responses are reliable and aligned with the material. Remember, the key is to rely solely on the passage itself to maintain clarity and credibility throughout. When you're working through questions or instructions, it's really important to read them carefully. Sometimes, a small misunderstanding can lead to missing a key point or answering incorrectly. For example, if you're asked to find antonyms or synonyms for a specific word in a passage, always take a moment to consider the context first. The context can change how you interpret the word or what kind of answer is appropriate. Paying close attention to instructions ensures you're on the right track and helps you avoid unnecessary mistakes. Remember, thorough reading is a crucial step in understanding what's truly being asked and in demonstrating your comprehension effectively. This attention to detail ties back to our overall goal of improving your reading and test-taking skills. Let's talk about the importance of reading the questions first. When you start by looking at the questions before diving into the passage, it helps you understand what you're actually looking for. This way, your reading becomes more targeted, and you can focus on the key words and phrases that relate to the questions. A good tip is to lightly mark the passage when you see those important terms, maybe underline or make a small note, so that when you're ready to verify your answer, it's quick and easy to find those spots again. On the other hand, if you read the passage first and then the questions, you might find yourself going back and forth, searching through the passage multiple times. This can waste time and make the process less efficient. So always reading the questions first keeps you focused, saves time, and makes your reading more strategic, an essential part of mastering the test. Now that you've gone through the questions, it's time to review your answer sheets. This step is really important because it gives you the chance to catch any mistakes or unclear answers. By reviewing, you can correct errors or rephrase sentences to make your responses clearer and more accurate. I always recommend going back to the sections where you felt unsure or had doubts. That way, you can strengthen your answers and boost your confidence. Remember, reviewing is a key part of the process to ensure you're presenting your best work and staying aligned with the overall goal of the test. When we think about what it truly means to be a gentleman, we're looking at more than just outward appearances or social status. It's about having lofty aims, ambitions that reach beyond oneself. It's about leading a pure life, maintaining integrity and moral uprightness in everything we do. Honoring ourselves and others means keeping our honor untouched, like a virgin, something sacred and to be protected. A true gentleman earns the respect and esteem of his fellow citizens, not through superficial qualities, but through consistent virtue. And it's equally important to be loved by friends, genuine love rooted in character and kindness. Part of being a gentleman is how we handle good fortune, accepting it with humility, and how we face adversity, suffering evil with constancy and resilience. No matter whether times are good or bad, maintaining truth and integrity remains paramount. If we look around, I challenge you to find someone whose life embodies these qualities, someone truly happy, regardless of their rank or social standing. Because, in the end, these qualities define a genuine gentleman. And when we look at leaders, like princes or kings, possessing these virtues should be a mark of their greatness. Such leaders will earn our love and loyalty because they exemplify what it means to be truly noble in character. Let's now move on to slide 10, where we'll explore some important questions about the passage we've discussed. First, we need to think about a suitable title for the passage. What do you think it could be? Next, consider whether we often come across such gentlemen. Are they common or rare? This helps us understand the passage's context better. Then, there's a word in the paragraph that means the same as display. Can you identify which word that might be? This will help us grasp the writer's way of expressing ideas. Now, let's reflect on the main theme of the passage. What is the central message or idea that the author is trying to convey? It's important to understand this as it ties everything together. Moving forward, what does the writer wish to do if he encounters such a person? Does he admire them, learn from them, or aspire to be like them? This shows us the writer's attitude and aspirations. We should also try to summarize the passage in our own words. Think about the key points and the overall message. Summarizing helps reinforce our understanding. Another essential aspect is the qualities expected of a gentleman. What attributes or virtues does the passage highlight? Recognizing these qualities helps us understand the ideal behavior. Additionally, what is meant by lofty aims? Think about whether it refers to high ideals, noble goals, or something else. Clarifying this helps us grasp the depth of the passage. Finally, do you agree with the writer's views? If yes, why do you agree? If not, why not? Sharing your opinion encourages critical thinking and personal reflection. By considering all these questions, we deepen our comprehension and connect the passage to broader themes of character and virtue. This is how we develop a more thoughtful and engaging understanding of the material. Let's go through the answers on this slide. First, the question asks us to give a suitable title to the passage. The best fit here is Qualities in a Gentleman, since the passage discusses what makes a true gentleman. Next, what qualities are expected of a gentleman? Well, a gentleman should have good character, be truthful, and be someone who is loved and respected by everyone. Consistency in all situations is also a key trait, meaning he behaves the same way whether in good times or bad. Now, the writer mentions what he would do if he found such a person. He would like to salute him. That's a gesture of respect and admiration. Moving on to the vocabulary, which word in the paragraph means the same as display? That word is exhibit. It means to show or display something openly. The theme of the passage revolves around the qualities of a true gentleman, qualities that are quite rare to find these days. It highlights the ideal characteristics we should aspire to. Do we often find such gentlemen? No, the passage suggests that such individuals are rare, which makes their qualities even more admirable. Finally, what does lofty aims mean? It refers to having high, noble goals in life, ambitions that are admirable and inspire others. Overall, the passage emphasizes the importance of good character and noble qualities, reminding us that such individuals are truly exceptional and worth recognizing.